I'm making this video because I think there are people wondering, um, what's this girl's story? I had it difficult in high school from second grade. It was it was a weird event, and when I went to college, there was a professor who saw through me, and I felt understood for the first time, and she meant a lot to me. And I received recommendation letters from her when I was moving on to graduate school. And uh, it was last year of it was my last semester at college, in undergraduate college. I was taking a class and I suddenly heard a voice. I never had hallucinations before graduate school. When I was undergraduate, I was fine. Um, I suddenly heard a voice saying, "If you pass this woman by, then you'll never be forgiven." And so ever since I moved out of college, I wrote her emails. um, I thought about her a great deal, and I wrote her quite occasionally, and she replied back because she knew me. Then, from the second year in my graduate school, I started hearing her voice, professor's voice, and I even flew to Chicago because the voice told me to. I didn't know about hallucinations then, and I thought this was some sort of a um, sorcery or some sort of things like that. But I couldn't believe the professor was a bad person, and so I went along. I went on with it, and it led on to the after 20 years, the post 20 years after first hearing the voice, 20 or more years of following the prompts and conversation, spending days in conversation with the professor. I first thought that the reason why professor was, I thought professor pulled me out of IUP. Um, but to be frank, I had a good prospect of getting into a good school, and I applied to NIU and places like that, but my GPA wasn't too good, and I think that's what thwarted me from getting into other colleges. And English literature was my second major, and so I think that influenced the fact too. So there can be so I went with the voices, and I felt that the professor was doing something, and I wanted to read into her mind to see why she had done it, because I felt I believed, maybe I don't know what happened in professor from professor's side. She's I think she didn't know, she doesn't know anything about it, is probably what I'm guessing. Um But for me, from my perspective, I thought something was happening, something about it was real, and I tried to follow what the professor was trying to do, whether it be trying to have me realize the materialism of the Western cultures and pull me out of the studies there or something like that. Or I had all kind of conjectures, and I I I did a lot of projects with her over the voices for the following 20 some years. And then I met Leo on the voices, and I had a love relationship with Leo for a long time, and I just gotten to the point. It has gotten to the point where everything has spent itself, the storyline and everything, and I'm so exhausted, and my brain is spent that I can't. And the reality conflict is too big, and I can't keep it up anymore. And just like both mentally, with my mental ability, and also in reality, I can't keep it up anymore. So I and as you have all noted, I've had some episodes of I've had some bad episodes of um demolishment, and so I quitted, and I'm trying to come out and trying to recover. It's been a long journey for me. It's been a long journey, and I I thank my mom and dad despite everything, because the voices had me doubt my mom and dad for a good long time, and a lot of other people too. And I find myself quite alone in this world because I've been cut off with most of the people that I've been close to because of the voices. And so it's a long way. That it's a long way through, but it was exciting in a lot of ways. It was fun too, and it was somewhat hilarious and everything, as well as meaningful in a lot of ways. And it just didn't pull all the way through. I'll have to learn to manage my own life, otherwise I won't be able to make it in reality. And reality is important, I realize. So that's where I'm at. And the confusion and all that, on top of that, I'm a little lazy. So all that coming around, my tendency to fall into voices. I had strong feelings for Professor and Leo, but like these feelings have, especially for, because Leo I haven't met him in person, but Professor I had a strong feeling about, because I have felt this love for her in my heart. In some, I don't know what kind of love it is. I can't say it's sexual, but it was a kind of a love that was very strong, and it was contained in my heart for the longest time, and that's why I kept me kept me close to voices and kept me doing the voices. And then Leo's voice came in, and then it was what was holding me on. But not these days. I'm so like I'm so like spent that I don't care about the feelings anymore. I want to go back to reality and find my life somehow, if I in the way that in the way that I can and could. There now. That's sort of my story. Thank you for listening.